Hi guys, and welcome to another video of quick math tips. And for today's video, we're going to discuss long division of polynomials. So let's begin. So let's say we want to divide 3x plus x squared minus 2 by x plus 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to have x plus 1 outside of our box, and the 3x plus x squared minus 2 will be inside our box. But we also want to make sure that the order of our terms will have to be from left to right. So what that means is the highest order of our term will start from the leftmost part of our box, and then it descends all the way down. So we're going to start with our x squared, okay, followed by our 3x, and followed by our negative 2. So let us now begin. So for our first step, what we're going to do is we're going to take the first term of our dividend and we're going to divide it with the first term of our divisor. So that's going to give us x squared divided by x. So x squared divided by x will just give us an answer of x. So we are now going to place this x on top of our 3x. Okay? And for our second step, okay, we are now going to use this x, the quotient that we just have, just this part right here, and we're going to multiply it to our divisor. So you will have x multiplied to x plus 1. Okay? So we are now going to distribute your x to our x plus 1. So you'll have x multiplied to x. That will just give us an x squared. X multiplied to 1. That will just give us a positive x. So what's the next step? We are now going to use this product and we're going to place it underneath our x squared plus 3x. So we are now going to have x squared plus x below your x squared plus 3x. And next step, we are now going to subtract. So guys, just a keen reminder, when we do subtraction, we always want to do the KFC method. That means we're going to keep the first integer and then we're going to flip the sign of our operation. So from subtraction, that's going to become addition, and we're going to change our last integer. So in order for us to see this, okay, let's use that on our x squared plus 3x minus x squared plus x. So x squared minus x squared, that will just give us an answer of 0, and 3x minus x, that will just give us an answer of positive 2x. And next step, we bring down our negative 2. So we now have 2x minus 2. And the process is going to start all over again. So we now have, okay, this will now become our first term. So we're now going to divide our first term, that's 2x, divided by the first term of our divisor. So that will just give us 2x over x. So 2x over x, we can just cancel out your x, okay, and that will just give us a quotient of 2. So where do we place our 2? We're going to place our 2 on top of our negative 2. Okay, next step, this 2, okay, we are going to use it for step number 4. So what I'll do is I am now going to multiply again my 2 to my x plus 1. So 2 multiplied to x plus 1. It's almost very similar to what we just did on step number 2. So again, let's distribute your 2 to our x plus 1. So you'll have 2 times x. That will just give us an answer of 2x. 2 times 1, that will just give us an answer of positive 2. And we're going to place this product below our 2x minus 2. So you will now have 2x plus 2. And then we subtract again. So guys, 2x minus 2x, that will just give us a 0. And if you have negative 2 minus positive 2, so that's skip, we flip it and then we change it, and that becomes negative 2 minus positive 2, and that will just give us an answer of negative 4. Now if you notice, this right here has an order of 0, or you'll have an x raised to 0, and this one has an x raised to 1. This order is less than your divisor, so what's going to happen is this will now become our remainder. So therefore, our final answer will just give us, okay, x plus 2 with a remainder of negative 4. Or we can also use this answer as x plus 2, okay, plus negative 4 over x plus 1. Now you might be asking, where did we get this x plus 1? It's based right here on our divisor. Okay? And yes, this is now our final answer. Okay, you may pause it, you may write it down, but this again, I think we've already discussed this in our class. This is just a repeat. Okay, let's proceed with example number 2. So I'm just going to erase this one entirely. I'll proceed with a different layer. So let's take a look at, okay, let's say for example number 2, we want to divide the 4x plus 2x cubed minus 1 by 2x minus 2. So that's 4x plus 2x cubed minus 1 by 2x minus 2. So let's begin. So again guys, our 2x minus 2 will be outside our box. So you have 2x minus 2, and what is inside will be our 4x plus 2x cubed minus 1. Then again guys, we need to have it in order. So we could write down 2x cubed as our first term, okay, and then if you notice, we want to have it in order. This is in x cubed, okay, but we also need to represent our x squared. Notice we don't have any x squared on our given, so we are just going to add a representation of our x squared. So you'll have 0 x squared followed by, okay, you'll have your 4x. I'm just going to extend my box. minus 1. So I think we are now ready to do the long division of our polynomial. So again, guys, our first step is we are going to divide our first term to our first term. So this will just give us 2x cubed divided by 2x. So 2x cubed divided by 2x, that will just give us, okay, we could cancel out our 2's. You have, this one will just be a or an x squared. So what's the next step? We are now going to write down our x squared on top of our 0x squared. Notice I always just wanted to place it on top of any variable that has the same exponent. That would make life a little bit easier for us. So what's our next step? We are now going to use this x squared again, okay, to do step number 2. So for our step number 2, okay, we are just going to multiply our x squared to our divisor, and that's 2x minus 2. Okay, let us now try to distribute x squared multiplied to 2x. That will just give us 2x cubed, and x squared multiplied to negative 2, that will just give us negative 2x squared. Now we are now going to write this product underneath our 2x cubed plus 0x squared. So that will give us 2x cubed, okay, minus 2x squared. Let's subtract. 2x cubed minus 2x cubed, that will just give us a 0. And if you have 0x squared minus negative 2x squared, that will just give us a positive 2x squared. Next step, we bring down our 4x, and then we're going to start the process all over again. So for number 3, okay, step 3, again guys, it's your first term divided by the first term. So you will now have, okay, 2x squared divided by 2x, and that will just give us, we could cancel out our 2's and also one of our x's, so you will just have an answer of x. Okay, what should we do with our answer of our x? We are going to place it on top of our 4x. Okay, now for step number 4, I'll just make it a little bit on the yellow side. Okay, here we go. Okay, we are now going to use, okay, just increase my color. Here we go. So we are now going to use that x, our x, okay, and multiply that to our 2x minus 2. So x multiplied to 2x minus 2, x times 2x, that will just give us a 2x squared. X multiplied to negative 2, that will just give us a negative 2x. And we're just going to place it underneath our 2x squared plus 4x. So we now have 2x squared minus 2x. Then let's subtract. This one will give us a 0. 4x minus negative 2x. That's skip, flip, and change. That will just give us a positive 6x. And then guys, the next step is we're just going to bring down our negative 1. And then the entire process repeats itself again. So let's take a look at step number 5. Okay, so again, divide our first term versus our first term. So that will just give us 6x divided by 2x. Okay, we could cancel down our x. 6 divided by 2, that will just give us an answer of 3. We place our 3 on top of our negative 1. And our next step is, again, we're just going to use this, our quotient, and multiply that to our divisor, which is just 2x minus 2. So guys, you now have 3 times 2x. That will just give us 6x. 3 times negative 2. That will just give us a negative 6. So we're going to place this product underneath our 6x minus 1. So you'll have 6x minus 6. And then let's subtract 6x minus 6x. That's going to give us an answer of 0. Okay, negative 1 minus negative 6. So that's negative 1 minus negative 6. That will just give us an answer of positive 5. So again, if you've noticed, this one has a lower order as compared to our divisor. So therefore, this will now become our remainder. So again, guys, our final answer will just give us, okay, x squared plus x plus 3 with a remainder of 5. And we can also write this down as x squared plus x plus 3 plus 5, that's our remainder, over our divisor, which is just equal to 2x minus 2. That's our final answer.